Welcome back to In Building Design. I'm Rob McKay, and today we're headed out to Frankfort, Illinois, where our favorite forever new guy, Ken, is finally getting around to that patio renovation. Hey, we're gonna be there every step of the way, and we're even gonna get a glimpse into the mind of Ken.
This guy.
Sounds scary, but it's gonna be fun and educational. So hey, let's go check it out. All right, so Ken, we're here in your backyard. We've heard a lot about this backyard.
Yes, we have.
No waterfall, no pool, but you've got a concrete paver patio here.
I do.
So we're changing it out. Why? Why are you changing this thing out?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of keeping up with the Joneses. I want to be the Joneses. I do. I want to have something that nobody else has.
You've got some areas right here where the pavers start to kind of get out of level.
Yeah, that's like a sinkhole.
Well,
really.
I just felt it. Dude.
Yeah,
I
you
could
did.
Feel that, yeah.
You did. It just collects, pools water.
I'm guessing, you kind of lose some height outside the steps, so we'll probably level all this out.
I hope they're going to level this out.
It's going to make it a lot safer.
Right?
Let's talk about this tree. Is this something that you're going to want to keep?
No. I do like trees in general, but it's in the middle of the actual patio, and it's taking up a lot of space.
And it looks like the health probably isn't quite there anymore than it used to be.
Last legs.
So when we're talking about these bushes, are those going or are they staying?
No, actually, we're just going to take them up and move them out. So really, the patio will come to the edge of the flower bed here, I guess, and then we'll have a new border with the boxwoods out farther. So we are going to get a lot of extra space.
So trees gone. What's going to replace that? What's the idea or the plan for
Fire pit. We're just talking about like store-bought, but this I think would be kind of the seating area for people. And then in this area, we'll have the actual table with the grill nearby for barbecuing and stuff like that.
It's going to be a completely different kind of living experience you have out here. You're doing this yourself, right?
No.
No? Oh, you're hiring somebody. Come on. Huh. I don't know. You do a lot of work on your own, right?
We do. But like this is just something, it's got to be done right.
Right.
And if I did it, I would never trust that it was done right.
So how did you find the person to do this work for you?
Actually, my father-in-law was a referral. He had his patio done, and he was very happy with it. They were very easy to work with. So I think you always want to go with a recommendation over just blindly calling someone, for sure.
So we've got a pretty unique experience. Ken's going to take us through the entire process, kind of start to finish, give us his feedback and kind of what it's like to go through from a homeowner's perspective. We're kind of peeking into what the behind the scenes is like.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see how this is all going to turn out.
Me too.
Hi, hey everybody. So things are moving, as you can see. Got our building permit today, so that means we're one step closer to this project happening. Now we're waiting for Julie to come out and actually mark all of our underground cables so that nothing gets cut by accident.
Just want you to confirm it, confirm that I did pay for everything.
To all interested parties, Ken Chazansky did in fact pay for his stone at Instone on April 21st, 2023. My name is Jared Taggart, and I am recording this video under my own free will.
Now that Ken's all paid up and the stone has been ordered, the demo of the existing patio can begin as things really start to ramp up.
Hey everybody, day one, and work has begun. As you can see, they're pulling up all the old pavers. I'm not unhappy to see those things go. After that, they're going to tear down the tree, which I'm also not going to be unhappy to see go, even though I do fancy myself a green guy. That tree just needs to go. See here, our guys put down a nice little sort of pathway for all the heavy equipment that's going to come through here, which is nice, because if they didn't, it's going to tear up my yard. So that extra consideration is very appreciated and a really good sign.
All right, here it is. Here they are. The old pavers. Smells like dirt.
Things are clearly happening here. We got the aggregate here, or the first round of aggregate, and over here we got the garbage, the refuse, stuff we're getting rid of. It's very exciting, very exciting.
With the old pavers and the tree removed, the crew at Innovative Decks can begin laying down the initial aggregate base.
They're laying the aggregate down now, so I'm heading to Instone to meet Ken from Innovative Decks, and we're gonna load the Aura Sandy Point granite onto the back of his truck. Now we're gonna bring it back to my house, where it's going to live, hopefully, forever.
At Instone, we can accommodate backyard projects like Ken's. or larger scale commercial projects. Simply go to instoneco.com to see all the products we can provide, as well as technical guides and helpful tips for your next project.
All right, so that's a wrap on day one. As you can see, they got most of the aggregate down. They'll finish that up here tonight, and then tomorrow we'll screed and put pavers down. And this is only day one. Come on.
It's just sitting here. I could take this for a spin right now if I wanted to. Although I don't have the key, so probably not. Probably not.
So here we are, day 2. Ken, give us an update. What's going on?
Well, as you can see, there's not a lot of work happening right now because we're waiting on the inspector, which is something I didn't even know. I didn't even know that there was an inspection, but they have to inspect the base before work can progress.
A bit of a nuisance, but it's the right thing. You want to make sure that the crew you've got here are doing the right stuff. It's good to have that.
I'm a rule follower.
Yeah, no, and you want to have that.
Right.
I've noticed that, maybe a little change from original layout, right?
Yes, there is. We originally had those 2 concentric circles.
Yep, kind of one there.
And when we actually saw them sort of mapped out by the guys here, we realized we're losing a lot of that stone. And like, why would we throw that away? So as you can see, it's a lot. It's not completely a square.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rounded on the edge and will be rounded on the edge a little bit, but you look at it compared to what it was, it feels massive.
Right.
know?
And we could see we picked up some height. So before the pavers, if you recall, were kind of lumpy and kind of wavy, and they're tapering off. This is going to give a nice level patio, right?
Yeah. As you mentioned, look, we got this. There's a little bit of a height differential there now.
Right.
And I said, I don't know, what do we do? There's not really an answer they can answer. They can tell me what I can do, but I have to make the decision about what we will do. And that's sometimes complicated.
So the patio is a little high. It's about a foot off of the ground because we have that big slope in our backyard. So as my father-in-law came over and I was showing it to him, and he actually suggested, well, what if you had them cut a step? Like just a nice step at the edge. It would actually look pretty good with the design and maybe even make it better. So I talked to the contractor about it. He said, absolutely, they can do it, and gave me a list of the things that he would need to do it. So now I am going to get those supplies. This is all new territory for me as I'm going to navigate the world of the stone yard purchasing. We had to come to Area Landscape Supply here in Mokina, Illinois, to actually get the pieces for the retaining wall between the step. And so what we've decided to go with here is old quarry granite. So that will be the underside of the wall, the face of the wall underneath. And then above here, there's the bull nose or full nose that will be the edge of the step, so no one gets cut when they're walking around. We also ordered some dirt for when we replant the boxwoods and have the little garden around. And Ken from Innovative Decks is going to come and pick it all up and bring it back to the house.
At some point over the next 2 days, the inspector from the city approved the subbase, but never notified anyone inside the home. Unfortunately, this can be a common occurrence with any construction project. Regulations are different in every town or state. So to avoid unexpected delays, always ask about inspections with your contractor before the work begins.
Okay, day 3. Apparently the inspector did come and we have been approved. So work can continue. As you see now, they're laying down the screed rod, which they're gonna use to set the pitch. It means water's not gonna run back into my house, it's gonna run out into the yard. Pretty simple. And then hopefully start laying some pavers today. Yeah.
Now that the crew has set the pitch and leveled the surface with a finer aggregate material, the project quickly takes shape as the pavers begin to be laid out in a specific mixed pattern. Half-inch shims are used to provide consistent joints between each of the pavers.
Okay, so as you can tell by the sun's place in the sky, we're about halfway through day 3, and we are now laying pavers. So, we're putting down a mixed pattern, which is a little tricky seeing where the first part of the pattern ends and the next part stops. But they're doing a great job. They're moving along very quickly now.
As the project begins to wrap up, polymeric sand is added between the joints of the pavers. This allows proper drainage of the patio, as well as providing a more level surface and a better overall look. Polymeric sand is available in many different colors. You can go to instoneco.com and use our visualizer to see what different materials and grout colors work best for your next project.
Here we are, day 4, really day 3.5 when you think about it. We're finishing up the landing that they're creating for us here on the end and putting in the polymeric sand. So we are basically in the home stretch.
The final step is to wet the polymeric sand to firm it up a bit and set it into place.
All right, everybody, work is officially done on the patio itself, okay? We got that, we have the stoop is done. Last thing to do is the retaining wall that we're gonna put in. It's gonna wrap around here, it's gonna go all the way up and meet up there at the top of the patio itself. And then we will be complete.
Okay, it's retaining wall day now. There's a hot second there where I thought maybe I would just do it myself. Like I watched some YouTube videos and it was definitely doable, but it was gonna take me a lot longer to do than someone who actually knew what they were doing. Last year I was in a show with a guy named Aaron who owns his own landscaping company, No Limit Landscaping. And out of the blue, I called him and I said, hey, would you be able to do this? And he was able to get it done in the time frame. So they are here today on a Saturday and they're starting the dig for the wall.
During any kind of paver or brick installation, it is important to have a level surface to start on. Make sure the first layer is level so you're not fighting for level on the layers above it.
All right, everybody, day 6. We're so close now, I can taste it. All we have to do now is finish up this retaining wall, and then I have to put down mulch, some grass, and then order furniture. Then it's just mojitos for the rest of the summer.
Hey, what are you doing? No, don't tell me. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it well. He's doing a great job. I can tell. So even when I thought I could do this myself, it was that right there. The step up, that's the reason I didn't do it myself. Because I know I would have screwed that up. It would take me 3 days with a whiteboard to figure the math out on that. They did it in about 15, 20 minutes. This is why you hire a professional perfectionist to do this for you.
Wow, this project turned out awesome.
I love it.
No dip over here.
Nope, no tree, that was crazy.
No wavy pavers.
Nope.
This project is built to last a lifetime.
A lifetime.
So one of the things along the way you had to make a change and kind of adapt was this entryway, I'll call it.
It's a happy accident. It's a happy accident because we needed something. The patio was very high at this point, and I like it. The guys from Innovative Decks, they sort of conceived this idea and put it together, but it's a nice just step down entryway. I love it.
And something a little unforeseen was the build out of this wall.
Yes, it was a little higher than I anticipated, and I wanted these boxwoods back in. So we had the option of either just a mound of dirt with grass on it, but the other alternative was this idea. And Aaron at No Limit Landscape, he conceived it, put it together, and I think it's fantastic.
And I think doing it any other way, you wouldn't have got the same result.
No, and I got my circle still over there. Yeah. I got my circle.
And if you look back, I mean, it really kind of creates this space. I mean, you've got a living space. Everyone's kind of looking for that outdoor living, and I think you've accomplished it here. It looks awesome. So Ken, the pros did all the hard work. You end up doing anything to get your hands dirty?
You wanted to see me get my hands dirty,
and
I put all this furniture together.
Just 4 steps. 8 times. Look at those. Perfect for sitting.
It wasn't easy. There were steps, a lot of steps to it, but it feels good to look out and see it. Everything kind of goes together nicely, and I think ties the patio together.
You've got this dining space over here.
Yep.
You've got kind of the chat hangout space over here.
That's great.
Yeah.
Have used it. Used it already a few times.
So Ken, first time going through this type of process.
Yes.
What did you learn along the way?
Well, if I had to do it again, I would say that I would have wanted to have a professional in the pre-stages to kind of help me, to show me what was possible, to help, draw something out that I could give to Innovative Decks that they could follow. I used the visualizer in Instone to see what the stone would look like, but I needed sort of that pattern, what it was going to look like ultimately in the end, and I did not have that. So I really relied on my professionals, Innovative Decks and No Limit Landscape to help me make it look like this, and they did a great job.
They did, I agree. But it does help to have that professional on that first step, that design phase, to kind of show you all the different options that could be out there. So if you're doing this for the first time and you need help, there's tons of resources at instoneco.com. We've got inspiration, we've got technical guys, and we've got the people behind all of this to help you through the process. Hey, it's been great. Thanks for having us along. I've enjoyed watching this entire project come together. I'm happy for you. And we hope you enjoyed this episode of In Building Design.